This fire piston lights tinder by compressing air. Like so. Here's how to make it. First, you need a piece of 3/4 inch copper tubing and a dowel to match. Once inside the hole, it should be able to move, but not rattle. We will also need some string and wax for sealing the piston, some cutting tools, and a piece of wood for a handle. To make the piston, first cut a 7-inch section of pipe and smooth the edges with epoxy.
The shavings coming off?
Copper is softer than steel, so you can do this with little effort. Next, we need to cap off one end. If you can't find an end cap, cut a section of dowel and glue it in, being sure to seal it well. I'm using hot glue here, but I recommend something much stronger, like epoxy. After you get the plug sealed in place, it's time to work on the handle. This handle comes from a towel rack, which I will cut to size. Before you glue the handle on, cut the dowel to size as well. Measure where you want the handle to meet the tube by inserting the piston all the way and then drawing a line with it pulled slightly out. Then cut the dowel so that line will be even with the edge of the handle. Next, carve a hole in the end of the dowel. This will hold the tinder. And mark 2 straight lines all around the dowel. Tip of the day: you get straight lines around a cylindrical surface by wrapping a square-edged card tightly around the dowel. When the corners don't poke out on either end, you can trace the edge to get a perfectly straight line around the top of the card. Now, file or carve a shallow groove. Now comes the hard part. You need a perfect seal between the pipe and the dowel. Traditionally, this was done with waxed thread, and that's what I'm doing as well. If you want an easier version, just use an O-ring from the hardware store. Check the piston repeatedly until you get a fit that slides easily but forces the air to resist like a spring. When it works, you can see the air pressure pushing the rod back. The fire piston is essentially done at this point. Congratulations! You've made a fire piston!